Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Well,
On this wonderful day.
I'm pretty good. I have to say, I'm enjoying doing a radio voice. I'm enjoying tacking a persona on top of who I really am at core and trying to amp up my energy from the mood that I'm actually in.
Oh, well, God bless you. You're a wonderful person.
You know, I think it sometimes, but sometimes I don't feel it.
Oh, I feel you on that one. I don't know. I guess it's like the thing of like, I was wondering about this like intentions versus action and like this philosophical thing. Like if you do good work, everything else is excusable, but not really sure anymore.
Who said that? If you do good work, everything else is excusable. I can think of a few dictators who were little workhorses, but I don't still excuse some of their murders.
I don't know. I think I heard it on an episode of Friends. I don't know. I'm not sure where I heard it from, but I was like,
tripping.
I don't know, because I used to make music, and I remember like, I was playing. I tried to get back into it, and I used to record a lot. This is what happened like recently. I was playing Painted Black by Rolling Stones, and I was like learning how to play it, and I was like, this is freaking awesome. It's like one of my favorite songs. And then later in the week, my arm caught on fire, which is not bad.
No,
but
how did it catch on fire?
It was just like first degree, but I was like trying to grill for the first time.
Oh, I thought you were shredding so hard on the song that your fucking guitar burst into flames.
I don't know. It's just weird that it happened in the same week. But like I was doing this gas grill, and then I don't know. I guess the gas was leaking, and I was like, I caught on fire for like a second. It was so weird because like the first thing I thought afterwards was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I was like literally on fire. I was like thinking of like religious shit. I was like trying to make something positive out of it because it was like so crazy. I was like, maybe Moses was onto something because I was like tripping out for a second.
You are such a little character. Where are you calling from?
I live in Michigan now, but I used to live in Daly City.
Oh, Daly City.
Yeah, like right by the Cow Palace. I could like see it every day.
That's tight, brother. You know who you sound like a little bit? A little boy. Or one of those like old school actors doing a monologue and taking his damn time.
Oh, well, my voice, I don't know what it sounds like. But somebody told me I sound like Rodney Dangerfield, and I was like, I don't know, I don't do like his mannerisms or whatever.
Maybe Rodney Dangerfield on a bunch of lewds. But right now you're sounding pretty chilled back.
Oh, I just had a bunch of Arabic food. Actually, I was hoping you would come here one day if you do comedy, but like, I'm a Syrian, but all like the best Middle Eastern food is in Michigan because they all decided to come here for some reason.
Did you say you're Syrian?
No, I'm Assyrian, like with an A, but it's like, it's hard to explain because we don't have a country, but they're like a small minority, but we're pretty similar, like we have a common history with the Jewish people. It's like 6,000 years.
Oh, snip. Brotherhood, sisterhood is good. Brotherhood. Is it fun being a minority in Michigan or not as much?
Actually, sometimes it works to my advantage, but I don't know. I don't know if I think of myself in those terms anymore. I'm not really sure, but like, depending on where I go, because there's so many businesses here that they all live here, like people like me, and they'll like hook you up with stuff. I don't know, mechanic shop, do something for free, but sometimes it makes me uncomfortable. It's like, I just want to pay you anyway, but I don't know. People are nice sometimes.
Well, I do hope to go on another tour soon. But at the very same time, I almost can't motivate to do anything aside from just make that first cup of coffee in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's all right. I had coffee today for one time. That's pretty rare. Actually, we had this discussion in class about coffee versus tea, and I straight up told the class I was like, I drink tea mostly because I'm arrogant and I like royalty, and the whole class laughed. But I was like not joking. I don't know. No, I like coffee too.
Would you consider yourself the class clown? Bit of a cut up?
I don't know. I shouldn't have done it because then the teacher was straight up challenging me on stuff.
They don't like it when you kind of garner the attention of the entire classroom. That's kind of their gig in their mind, but they'll see someday when you're the new leader of Assyria. Is it called Assyria? Oh, you don't have a geographic home.
No, so this is cool that I get to tell you about Assyrians.
Okay.
Well, actually, in ancient history, we enslaved the Jews, but now.
Oh, hold up. We're like
the worst. We're like the worst people. The whole world was fucked up because of us, basically.
Oh man, sounds like you might have an inflated sense of your, impact. But wait, tell me, you enslaved the Jews. Who hasn't? You know what I mean?
Well, the exile in Babylon and what, that was basically us. But then again, that was supposedly meant to happen, I guess. But now we're cool. I mean, I don't know, because we pretty much have been under the same conditions at some times. But now, they say now to us that we should become more like the Jewish people because then we could have our own country. And they're I don't know. They live in the diaspora.
I'm just getting increasingly uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on, but it is so funny to me to think of the present in terms of something so ancient. This is, first of all, I know nothing about Jewish texts or Christian texts, anything religious. I was raised in the Bay Area. My parents were essentially atheists. My dad is not Jewish. My mom is. I just want to clear this up for those of you who just presume things about my identity. Okay, I got to take another call, but peace to you in Michigan.
Call from Kate Joseph.
Kate Lynn Josephina.
Hi. Oh my God, I can't believe I got through.
How have you been?
I've been great, Chelsea. How have you been?
Well, I mean, what a wild ride.
Yeah, I believe it. You're everywhere now. You're everywhere.
I got invited to be in the Illuminati, and I said, hell no. I'm one of those very real people. I don't want to be exclusive, and I like my me time.
Yeah, that's what I like about you.
Thank you.
You're very real. Very real.
One of the realest, I feel like.
No, definitely. One of the greats. One of the realest.
Yes, that's how I would put it. Yes.
I have a food test for you.
Okay,
really
shoot.
Quick. I've been wanting to do this forever.
Mm-hmm.
One, banana bread.
Love it. And
Awesome.
do you know what my mom used to do, which is so unhealthy but tastes incredible, is heat it, put cream cheese on it.
Oh, I don't like cream cheese.
What's wrong with you? I almost hung up. I almost really did. It's what is it with people who don't like sour cream or cream cheese?
Actually, I'm kind of the worst because I'm Jewish and I don't like cream cheese.
What is it with all the Jewishness of this first two calls? It's God, what am I, a Jew magnet? Ugh.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, but seriously, if you're a Jew, you got to step your game up and get into some schmears. Now,
okay, but to be fair, I did go to Israel this summer.
I've never been. Let me ask you something.
You should go. It's great.
Yes. Only for the food and tan, beautiful people. Let me ask you this. Is Israel like the Miami of somewhere else?
I'd say if you go to Tel Aviv, it's kind of like Miami because they're like on the beach and it's like big city.
I feel like that's where it's like the hot, tan-skinned, badass Jews versus Hollywood, where everyone's like, I'm gonna cut my face up, and the blondes are the real pretty women, you know? And also, I really think that there's gonna be a lot, from what I've heard, there's great food in Israel, but it's very possible.
I didn't love it.
Okay.
There was just way too much hummus. But I guess if you really like Mediterranean food, and I'm also a vegetarian,
that
so
is
there's like
P.S.
shawarma and stuff
That's
I couldn't
such
eat.
like a Jewish review of Israel. Too much hummus.
That's actually true. That's what I was like talking to my parents, like texting them. I'm like, it's really hot out, and there's like they don't let us sleep, and they're like, stop whining.
Yeah. Don't you wish you could
sorry.
just like deprogram complaining from yourself?
Yeah, that's what they said after I came back. I just got like more Jewy and like whiny and stuff.
But doesn't it all
supposed to fix that?
I feel like it all gets like travel, everything gets so much rosier with like a year or two behind it. Like, you know, I don't know. Although I will say my Italy trip, I didn't have that. I had no good travel mojo. We had bad meal after bad meal in Italy. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, no.
I hope this is relatable.
That's the worst. I would go to Italy like just for the food.
I know. I don't know.
If it was bad.
It was so weird. I was like, ugh, this is just bizarre. But anyway, I've been just thinking about Paris. Our whole cast went last New Year's, and I just keep thinking about Paris and London, and I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Greece, but I don't know what's going on in Greece right now. It seems like everything's really falling apart all over the world. I want to go to Mexico, but do you get kidnapped? I mean, Hawaii, I guess I could always go. But also I want to go...
You're just listing every place I want to go to.
There's places too, like, where was that place in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? It was like,
I don't know.
It was kind of strange.
But that is the cool in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to go to like, I guess, Australia and Alaska. I just have wanderlust lately where I'm just like, I just want to see new things. Like even just like I drove through Woodland Hills, Encino, Sherman Oaks, Tarzana the other night, and I was literally looking at strip malls as I went past, and I was like, God, I just love just seeing new things, anything new, just going, like what if we went to that little weird restaurant and had dinner? That just something about it. I went to LACMA, the museum, and I looked at art. I crave exciting new visual and culinary and cultural experiences. I guess I'm like Christopher Columbus. Goodbye, caller. Just kidding.
Wait, just kidding. I have one quick. Well, I'm probably risking you hanging up on me by saying this, but I want to go to like so many places you listed, like Japan and Greece and Hawaii and all these places. But I have the disease where I just want to go to Disney World, and I work there, so I'm kind of obsessed. And sorry.
Are you getting some sort of kickback for this?
No, I work there. I'm sorry. I wouldn't like advertise Disney to people if they weren't like into that, but I just want to go to like they have parks in like Japan and China and Paris.
What a typical American you are.
I know.
Shame
it's horrible.
on
That's what I
you.
People are like, where do you want to go on vacation? I'm like, I'd like to go back to Disney for the 10th time. And I'm like, I'm a horrible person, but you can go to Epcot and go to 11 countries.
All right.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Yes. How are you?
Hi.
Hello, friend. How have you been? It's been so long.
Are you tricking me?
How so?
Never mind. Do I sound okay? I just don't want to sound like a shitty caller.
So far, so good. You got a good energy to your voice. You're suspicious.
Oh no, I'm really cool and I'm not suspicious at all. But
no, I mean it's healthy. It's a healthy suspicion. Like, are you tricking me? Is in my top 5 sentences as I navigate the world.
Well, I have a couple of things I wanted to talk about with you.
Great.
The first thing is, like 2 years ago, you posted this really amazing pan-roasted chicken recipe.
Yes.
I use that like every week.
Isn't it so good and so addicting?
It's really easy too. The only bad thing is the first time I did it, I transferred the pan from the stove to the oven, and it wasn't one of those pans that you're supposed to do that with. So I burned myself, but it was still really good.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but they do specify, don't they? I don't know. I just want to hold you responsible.
I wasn't paying attention. And then my other thing that I wanted to tell you about the time I had a gun to my head. I don't know if that's a good enough story for today.
Nah. Just kidding. Yes. Let's hear it.
So I was in senior year of high school and I was working at Domino's Pizza.
Where are we? What township? What township?
I grew up in a little town in Rhode Island.
Okay. Providence?
And close. It's like maybe a few miles north. But yeah, let's call it Providence just because it's easier that way.
Okay, sure. Let's lie to people. Right off the bat.
And it was a Saturday morning, so it wasn't too busy, and it was just me and my boss. And we were stretching a few pies. And the store was empty, so we were just talking to each other while facing a wall while stretching dough. And suddenly, someone taps me behind my shoulder. And I turn around, and it's a guy in a ski mask, and he puts the gun up to his mouth, and he goes, shh, shh, shh. And at first, I thought it was one of our drivers playing a really mean prank. But then he told us to get on the ground, and he put the gun to my head, and he told us to get the money out of the safe. So my manager's freaking out because she just can't compose herself, and she can't remember the digits. So he puts the gun up to my head, and he cocks the gun, and he goes, open the fucking safe. And at this point, I'm thinking, well, I guess I have to be the calm and collected one. So I go, Margie, it's okay. Just open the safe. And so she finally got it. And he only got like $200 or so. And so he runs off. And as he's leaving, the phone rings. So he panics and he comes back inside. And he goes, don't touch the fucking phones or I'll fucking kill you all. And we were like, we're not going to do anything. Just go. And so he finally left. And they never caught him. But the cool thing about that was that it was my senior year of high school. So I would always skip class and stuff. And whenever I got in trouble, I'd just tell them that I was having a panic attack in the bathroom because of it. But I was really just skipping class. And that's my story. Hello?
Yeah, great stuff.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. And it kind of messed me up, but I got over it.
So maybe you weren't just using it as an excuse. Maybe you were forever changed.
I mean, I never... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this. When you eat pizza, do you cry? Do you find yourself crying?
I did that before I got held up, though. I'm just kidding.
When you touch the doughy titties of a lover, does it...
Oh, come on, man. No, but like for a long time, whenever, like for at least 2 years, whenever I went to a new place, like a new building I wasn't familiar with, the first things I would look at would be places to hide under and the quickest exit route.
So you definitely have some post-traumatic shock going. Definitely.
Oh my God, I do.
What?
I think I do.
Yeah. You got to get some help. I'm really worried.
Oh, God. Well, I'm too late for that. But I just wanted to tell you that, and I hope you're having a great Sunday and you're just chilling out.
You know, I'm in head-to-toe sweats right now. I watched a Wong Kar-wai movie on Netflix. Full disclosure, I did briefly fall asleep at one point, but Christopher Doyle, Wong Kar-wai, that combination, holler if you hear me. What a duo.
Holla.
Call from Paige.
Page me when you are ready. Page me when you are free. Page me when you are ready.
I called you 50 times.
Paige, guess what?
Tell me. What? Yeah?
You got through!
Yay! I'm so happy. Hi, Chelsea.
Hello. Hold on, let me open my window. It's getting stuffy in here. I'm at a vacation rental right now.
Well, I don't know. Oh, great. I don't know really. Wait, where are you?
At a rental, a vacation rental.
Okay.
I just threw open the windows.
Oh, cool. Can I just say that, like, when I listen to podcasts, there's some people who get through the line, and then they act like they didn't mean to call in, like they're not excited at all. It's a little bit disrespectful.
Right. I don't know if that many people do that. That's what I'm like.
What?
That's what I'm wrestling with internally is like, does that register as an accurate gripe? But I definitely feel like people call and they don't have anything to say. So I'll meet you in the middle there, sister.
Oh, I got you.
But how have you been?
Well, you know, it's getting cold in Pittsburgh now. So, you know, the weather has been okay.
Boring anecdote in progress.
What did I say? I don't know. How have you been?
Really good. Really good. You know, just shooting this television show and attending events and you know, grappling with serious family problems and things like that. So it's been really good. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
It's a gray day in LA today. It's a gray day in LA today. And when I say gray, yeah, I'm not saying great. So don't tweet me the lyrics with great.
Call from
Hugo.
Hugo, how have you been?
I am amazing, and there's an ambulance driving by. Sorry. Okay, that's...
Hugo.
What's going on?
Hugo.
Hello.
Hugo.
What to do? Yep.
Bong.
Delete some of the things.
I can bring something to the table today.
Oh, great. What's up? What you got?
All right. I just saw The Martian.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. How was it? Great, right? I read the script and I loved it.
Did you really?
I sure did.
Were you reading for a part?
You know, I never did wind up doing it for a very, it was not for a creative reason. I wasn't able to get anything into them. But it was so good.
This is interesting to me. Like, what part was it for?
Listen,
like,
I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of my career. Just tell me how the movie was. God. It was Matt Damon's role.
I'm in Los Angeles County, so like everyone's DNA is built to ask the most career-oriented questions for anyone who shows up.
I know. This is what when you're in LA and you see someone at a party and they go, "How are you doing? How have you been?" What they mean is, "What's the recent link added to your IMDb?" And you know what? And they ask you about something you're like, "How's shooting going?" And then they scan your eyes for truth or lies. Like they know that you're going to say great. And then it's like you see this crazy robot infrared eye scan happening after like they ask you, how's your relationship? How's your movie? How's your TV show? And then it's like processing for authenticity, scanning for human weakness.
Yeah. I mean, I'm by no means working in show business, but I do like music on the side, and like I have a friend who's actually a comic in LA.
Ooh, I love comedians.
No. There's a guy you definitely haven't known or ever met, for sure. Certainty. So he's just starting out here. He came from the East Coast. I'm kind of like putting him on blast, but he's a good friend. I thought he was a good friend of mine. And apparently when I'm like a little delayed on delivering music for his project, I get like no contact from him. Like at least no warm responses from him on text message. But when we're like knee deep inside the project, is this the coolest guy that we have.
Is there like a murder in this story or something? Because I can't. What happens? Is there anything else that happens?
No, other than the fact that I get my taste of how like false people are in show business.
Oh yes.
Only because they'll only be warm to me only if I give them what they need. And I just think that's like the coldest.
Call from Shannon.
Shannon.
Shelby.
What's up?
What's up? How's the pod so far?
It's been a wild ride. I honestly, I regret always hanging up on people, but if I do it in a really nice, slow way, we'd have to edit out all the boring endings to every call. So it would just make more work for me. So what instead I do is hang up on people and then they tweet me later like, and then I feel bad about it. But listen, just if you're listening, it's just part of the gig, I don't mean to hurt you. You all are wonderful beings. So
yeah, don't feel bad. It's for the better of the pod. We understand.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That was my confession. And I believe you just gave me, I don't know what it's called. Is it benediction or something?
I don't know. Like some
sort of
clarity.
release.
I don't know.
Damn. I'm looking at cigarettes right now. How fucking dare you?
How ironic. I am quitting smoking.
You gotta quit. Ironic. I quit long ago, and I have to tell you, if tomorrow I woke up and cigarettes did not cause cancer, they did not cause premature aging, yellow teeth, bad breath, all those things, I would be a chain smoker.
Yeah.
And basically what I realized is I've replaced smoking with just using my phone. I'm really getting close to doing, and I just on Twitter actually saw a Huffington Post article about some couple that like doesn't use their phones on the weekend and their marriage is better now. I gotta tell you, I'm so sick of this ride. I want off. I spend way too much time on my phone. It reduces my quality of life. I miss like reading books. I miss just like making tea and watching movies all day without doing, I miss everything from my life before. I really think it's made my quality of life worse. And I'm getting closer and closer to trying to figure out a system for drastically reducing my phone use.
Yeah, it's hard to find that balance, I'm sure. But speaking of books, that's why I started jumping on you. I wanted to talk about The Circle. I saw that you read that,
Listen,
right?
Here's the bad news, kiddo. I did not finish it. I started it.
Oh, my God.
I started it, and then I started reading The Drama of the Gifted Child, which is not about...
I just finished it.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
That book is so crazy. It reminds me of like what I felt like in college when I used to just read books all the time. And then you're walking around and you see the world through whatever book you just read where you're like, and it's like, it's such an interesting, it makes your brain so much more active when you do that. And this book has just been so interesting to me.
Yeah, it's good when you're doing that with things that are, going to help your thought process and not hinder it in some way. Because The Circle, I feel like, was so captivating for me. I was obsessed with it. I read it in like 2 days. I love Eggers in general. But that book makes you so fucking afraid of the internet. Like, I was wondering your take on it because it makes it...
I already feel that way. I do already feel that way. I feel like, it's funny. It's like I always kind of tried in the past years, as technology becomes more and more important, I tried to comfort myself by saying, there was a time where, you know, electricity was terrifying to people. There was a time where like people were mad when the record player was outdated. And it's like, and you go, well, they were wrong because everything turned out great. But if you believe in the whole idea of this like exponential technology just moving us closer and closer to like robots taking over, it's like, then they were actually right. It just still hadn't played itself out yet. I don't know. All I know is I went on a camping trip with my whole family not long ago, and I woke up in the morning and I'm like in a tent with my beloved boyfriend / you know, that's not the best word for him. You know what I mean? But I look out and I see this circle of tents with like my aunt and my dad and my brother and his kids and his wife. And I'm thinking, this is what it's all about. This is life. Just being out in these trees, and like then we're gonna all circle around this campfire and have some coffee and have some food together. And like our phones didn't work up there, and I was like, this is fucking it. Like we put so much shit on top of that, and like I just like I love nature and I love being in trees, and like those are the things that feed my soul and make me feel like a happy being. And then the things that deplete it, generally speaking, are things like being on my phone all the time or like worrying about Hollywood things or, you know, other shit.
And I think we all feel that way. I think everyone, when they get their vacation or go to the beach or camping or whatever it is, everybody gets that feeling like, oh shit, what am I doing every day of my life? Why am I not doing this more? But then we go back to regular life, and it seems impossible to sustain for anyone, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe we all should just fucking live in the woods and give up on society.
I just think it is weird that we've moved in this direction where it's like you could be totally apart from nature and talking to people. Like, you could just be, like, on your phone all day in a modern apartment in a city. And you have none
like
of
at this moment.
I don't know. It's just weird to me. I mean, maybe people did that. Like, I don't know. Did Louis XIV hang out in nature, or did he just hang out in his mansion all day and quote unquote the technology of his time? Cutting edge. Yeah. A toilet hole that had a metal. I don't know. I didn't say I'm a master historian. I should read a book about that time. I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, what is your, I'm very fascinated in people that I admire what they read, because I'm a big reader, and I think it forms who we are in a way. And Drama of the Gifted Child I literally read that because Sarah Silverman talked about it.
She did? On what?
On some interview, I forget.
Really?
I think it was with,
I gotta talk to her about it. I didn't even know she's read it. Yeah, one of my friends gave that book to me, and she's like very like kind of into self-help books and like very like I don't know. So she gave it to me years ago, and I was like, oh brother, a fucking weird psychology book, and I never read it. And then only recently, for some reason, I was like, oh, what is this about? And I started reading it, and I was like, this is fascinating.
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel like it explains. You know, there's so many books that explain people that are fucked up or know that they're fucked up and they know where their trauma comes from and things like that. But I feel like that book explains it in a more way that everyone's been affected by, you know?
Yeah. I find it to be, it's like very like heady kind of. It's not like easy reading. You kind of have to like read back and go, okay, you know?
Yeah, you got to read through the tears and all of that.
It's very intense. But yeah, I don't know. I read sporadically, and as an adult, like there's been so many books that I start and don't finish, you know? So the ones that I do, I'm like extra thankful, because it's hard for me to say if I get busy or something and it's like, do I want to pick this book back up? And after I haven't been able to, I don't know. It's got to be compelling. I loved Wuthering Heights when I was in high school.
Yeah, that's a great one for sure.
Anyway, I don't know. Anything else?
I don't know. I think one small thing is, while I was calling you 50 times in a row, I was watching Mark Maron's, Half Hour, from the 90s. And the last thing he said literally before you answered the phone was, the internet is all hype, which I thought was pretty great.
You know, it's something's building. Something's building. Something's coming. I don't know what, but I think it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just becoming have a mental disorder. That's the other option. We'll find out soon. Stay tuned. Yeah. Uh-oh, looks like we're out of time. Goodbye. What a country. I believe it was the great philosopher Immanuel Kant who said, "What a country." They wanted me to go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
Call from
Andrew.
Good morning! That is so funny. What I was saying is I like it when singers do that thing where they hold the mic closer to their mouth and then further and closer and further and closer further. So when they're singing, they're like, wow, wow, wow. Things like that. Oh, my dog. I can't take how cute he is. It's sickening.
call from
Andrew.
Good morning! Good morning! Good morning!
Hello, may I speak with Chelsea, please?
Good morning! Good morning! Andrew!
Hi.
Good morning!
How's she going?
A little bong. Bong! How have you been?
Not too bad. It's been a long time since the last podcast. I guess I was late to join the podcast party, and I got used to listening to it every day, and then the last 2 months I didn't know what to do with myself.
Hold on. I closed the window, but it blew shut. I need to open it because the fresh air is incredible.
call from
Dana.
to accept, press 1. Call from
Daniel Fisher.
Oh, hey, Daniel.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Great.
Oh man, you don't sound sarcastic or anything.
Good morning.
You're actually recording a podcast?
Good morning.
That's a great sound effect.
Thank you.
So what inspired you to do a podcast today?
Just enough people had tweeted me to do it that I did it. That's how susceptible I am to influence, external influence. But once I quit Twitter, oh boy, it's gonna be tough to get me motivated onto this podcast sitch.
So, like, when you die, is that when you're gonna quit Twitter?
How dare you imply that I won't be able to throw off these chains of technology? You might be surprised. Sometimes the biggest adopters are the biggest revolutionaries, buddy. Good day.
Good day.
And I... Is this the wrong version? 'Cause I can't make you love. Such blue balls.
Call from Lizzie.
'Cause I can't make you love me. 'Cause I can't make you Lindsay if you won't.
Chelsea.
Good morning!
What's going on, girl?
What's up?
How you doing? I'm so psyched you're doing the podcast again today.
I know, it's been forever. How have you been?
Pretty good. How are you, man?
So good. I'm first of all...
Are you pumped? How far in are you? How's it going?
45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Oh,
so that means I'll be clocking out in about 5 minutes. Wipe out.
So, what's going on? What's the top? Any topics? Anything trending right now?
It's just me against the world, baby.
As per usual.
What is this? The topic is graduation, matriculation from institutions. What they were supposed to have taught you, what they did teach you. Is it worth it? Are you in debt? Is there a better way to educate yourself than through the collegiate system? Were you homeschooled? These are the topics for the last 15 minutes or the next 15 seconds, depending how we feel.
Okay. Well, you know, I wasn't homeschooled. I can say that. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of schooling, just the average high school thing, you know? Nothing crazy. Is this a new sound effect? Is this one of those never-ending ones? Am I supposed to just keep going?
Ooh, they're scurrying through the field, the little rabbits. They've got little graduation hats on, and they're carrying rolled up diplomas. The mice have them too. The schoolmaster's furious. A rabbit can't matriculate from this university. But they've made it up to the podium, and that means they're technically graduates. You did it, you little rodents and rabbits! Hurrah! Run for it, run for it! The jobs are all yours now! Oh, you might be the first rabbit professor! mouse that's an astronomer. A military enforcer of important things. Oh, you did it, you silly rabbits. You did it. Oh, look at you marching and proud. It's a new world order. The rodent ruling class has been born. The humans shall live beneath the floorboards now. The houses are for the rodents. And the rabbits shall reign supreme in the White House.
That was really something. That was like the longest sound effect ever. Shelby?
Why did that electric thing, if I hadn't laughed, that would be the perfect end to the podcast. I was just sucked up into the ether. Oh my God, that was so long and so I can't believe how much bass there is in that song. And also I was just imagining the conductor's hand falls off when the song is complete. Woo! Music, am I right? Oh, shit! I feel born again.
I'm glad I got to, be on the line for that. So it was that great of an experience for you. Now, is it really the end of the podcast, or am I allowed to bring up something I was hoping to just talk out with you? So that's okay.